Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing my weekly Q&A. Let's get right into this. If my voice sounds a little bit different, it's because I've been getting sick lately. I've had some allergy issues and, I've been getting kind of sick, so my voice might be a little bit weird, or, you may hear me cough in the middle of this, but my voice has been a little bit scratchy and all that stuff lately. But yeah, let's get right into this video. If you could talk to only one person for the rest of your life, who would it be? Couldn't possibly answer that. There's a lot of people that I like talking to. Could not possibly pick one. King Piccolo is the bad side of Kami, and it makes him a demon. So does that mean his reincarnation turning good means Piccolo's not a demon? I mean, the whole thing about Piccolo being reincarnated is interesting because there is the line that says that he is basically Piccolo Daimao, which is the Demon King. And I've always looked at Piccolo being reincarnated, and he is, yes, reincarnated from King Piccolo. But I have always looked at him as a different person entirely, because I could not imagine the original King Piccolo that we saw in Dragon Ball ever turning good for any reason at all. There's definitely influence from King Piccolo going on to Piccolo Jr., but I don't think they're really the same person like a lot of people might say. That's just my opinion. I couldn't ever see King Piccolo turning good. I'm actually curious to see what you guys think of that. I know it's the first question, but comment down below. What do you guys think about that whole thing right there? I'd like to hear about that. But let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Any ideas why Gohan ditched the Masenko? I mean, the Kamehameha wave I think is better. I mean, and also Gohan likes to represent, later in the Buu Saga at least, likes to represent a lot of features from his father. He likes to wear his father's clothing, but at the same time in the Cell games, excuse me, in the Cell games that he wanted to take after Piccolo's cape and all that stuff. So it's very interesting. I think Gohan just moved on as a character really, and it's very interesting that he would ditch it. But I think the Kamehameha can just unleash more power, I suppose, if that makes sense. Do you think we'll see more Nappa in Team 4 Star? I mean, yeah, he's got to come back at some point, man. Is it true that an only Japanese episode... There's a Japanese-only episode where we see King Vegeta and Bulma get married? I'm not familiar with this. I haven't even heard of this. If any of you guys actually know of this, let me know, because I've never once heard of this. Black and Fist would be the person that I would ask this question to. I might even ask him myself. I've never heard of this episode, so... What if Cell turned good and formed a friendship with Trunks and Goten, much like what Piccolo had with Gohan? Well, I don't see why that would ever happen, but if it did, he'd be a very great asset to the Majin Buu saga. And if he trained, hell, he probably could have beaten Buu for all we know. My friend and I had a debate about Nappa and GT's power level. I say he's around the same power as first form Frieza from the Frieza saga, and he thinks he might be almost as high as Cell Jr.'s. What's your opinion? Well, for me, if I remember correctly, and I recently just bought Dragon Ball GT, the whole series, for $25 at Walmart. It's an incredible deal for the entire series. Even if you don't like GT, I don't think you can argue that that's not a good deal. For the entire series, 25 bucks, it's like a steal almost. If I remember, there's really nothing to indicate that Nappa got really that much stronger at all. So, I mean, I wouldn't think he's much stronger than he was before, to be completely honest. In Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta tells Nappa to skip town right before he kills him. What would happen if he did? I guess if Nappa skipped town, I mean, I don't know. I guess he probably would have went to another town and killed people, I guess. I mean, yeah. Have you ever read the Dexter books? They're so much better than the TV show, in my opinion. Well, I never watched Dexter, and I didn't even know there were books based off of it, so that tells you how much I was really interested. What if Vegeta and Nappa wished back Raditz? Well, I don't see why they would, considering they looked at Raditz and thought he was pathetic, and why would they ever want to wish him back? Wouldn't make any sense, and if they did, it'd be important to know what time. If it was like before they arrived on Earth, I mean, even Yamcha could have defeated Raditz at that point, because he beat the Cybermen. Even though the Cybermen killed Yamcha, he was beating the Cybermen pretty good. Not to mention, Krillin took out, like, what was it, 4 or 5 of them in one blast. I mean, rats would not have been much of a threat to the Z-Fighters with the exception of Chaozu. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't see why they would have brought him back, but if they did, he wouldn't have really been a threat. In the manga, Nappa says Vegeta to Vegeta, so if we spawn a flock of them ourselves, we could build another Saiyan Empire regarding Kid Gohan bring powerful being, I guess he means being, powerful for a child. What if Vegeta and Nappa mated with Earth women and had an army of hybrid children? And do you think it's worth doing as a future topic? I don't really think it's worth a topic because it's really ambiguous. But I guess if they had mated with Earth women, then the whole universe could have been screwed potentially. You know, half-breed Saiyans like Trunks, Gohan, as well as Goten, they have this like really insane potential. And it'd be interesting to see how an army of those would do, even against Frieza, if, you know, if they trained, actually. If they didn't train, it wouldn't even be a threat, but, you know, a lot of the Saiyans were not really about training, so it'd be interesting to see how that happened. But it's not really worth doing a topic on, to be quite honest. Just too ambiguous and too many guesses to be made. Why don't we ever see any half Saiyans in the show who aren't half human? I'd love to see a hybrid of Saiyans and Zarbon's race. Well, I for one would not want to see that. That'd be disgusting to look at. But I mean, I'm assuming their DNAs are just compatible, humans and Saiyans, to be quite honest. They're just compatible DNA structures. I have a theory about the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. What if the ghosts that Gotenk uses are Goten and Trunks' family from the Saiyan side? For example, each ghost that is made up of a tiny part of King Vegeta's soul. That is why we never see Saiyans in the afterlife. Thoughts? I mean, I doubt that they're their souls. I mean, I don't see how they get their souls through their own bodies, you know what I mean? It's just kind of an embodiment of their own energy morphed into a being, really. That's all it is. What does Goku have? Why does Goku have angel wings in artwork and toys, but never had them in the show? It's something. Is this something from the manga that was never used in the anime? I want to say off the top of my head, and I'm not at my 100% here, guys. I'm a little sick. Off the top of my head, I think it was from artwork from the Cell games after Goku had sacrificed himself. That's what I want to say off the top of my head. I remember from Legacy of Goku 1 when you died, it showed that scene. So it had to have been some part of the anime, I think, because they used scans from the anime. I don't remember specifically off the top of my head where it's from, guys. I do think it's from around that area if they showed it in the anime, but I do not 100% remember. Is there any movies you have a fan theory about? I mean, sure, like, there's tons of them, like, you know, movies like Prometheus and, you know, Inception, things like that, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of them, but, I mean, yeah. Is it true that Big Green Dub of DBZ, there is a filler episode where Yamcha does his taxes? As I keep hearing this, I've never heard of it, so I couldn't tell you. Is there any movie that you... Well, we already answered this one. About the fan theory. Did you try to make your custom character look like Max Payne in Xenoverse? No, but my Xbox profile picture is Max Payne. As well as my Xbox avatar I tried to make look like Max Payne. Because Max Payne's a complete badass. Unfortunately, you can't really do beards in Xenoverse. Except for that little soul patch you can have for facial hair. But if you could do beards, I totally would have tried to make Max Payne in that game. These are just, I guess, emojis you could say. They're not really questions. Mom, I'm not sure. I don't know what this means. The body groove? Sure. Hypothetically, if Piccolo got married, who would he get married to, seeing how there's no female Namekians? Well, he wouldn't get married then, so, you know, they don't... I mean, you kind of just answered it yourself. Why would he ever get married? My friend and I have a debate about Nappa GT's power levels. This is the same question we got earlier. In Dragon Ball GT, same question we got earlier. We already got asked this. Same question we got earlier. Same question we got earlier. I already answered this one. I already answered this one. I already answered this one. I already answered this one as well. There we go. New question. How did the Dragon Balls come back in Heroes Legacy, or are these a new set? I barely remember that movie. I think that the Heroes Legacy was a GT film. I've seen it like twice, and it's been years since I've watched it. I actually have it when I bought the GT series. It came with the movie. I might watch it again. I don't even remember the Dragon Balls in it. I barely remember that movie. That movie was terrible, I thought. I did not enjoy that movie very much at all. So I can't really answer this question, to be quite honest. Let's see. Do you think after the Dragon Balls were taken from the humans in GT people, not the Z Fighters, started to revive their loved ones with voodoo? I mean, no. There's not really any voodoo magic in Dragon Ball, so I don't think so, really, necessarily. Why does Goku have angel wings in the artwork? Okay, we already answered this. That's a link. Okay. Last time I opened something up in a new tab, it started playing. I'm not having another one of those issues. So I won't even delete the question. I'll just watch it after. Come back to Candle Cove. We miss you. That sounds very familiar, but I cannot remember what it's from. Weirdest dream you've ever had? I've had a lot of weird dreams, and I'm not going to talk about them here or there. Some pretty messed up dreams I've had. I do have some weird dreams, though, where I've had them on multiple occasions where, like, I'll look in the mirror or something, or it'll be doing something, and my teeth will just fall out, like all of my teeth, which is very uncomfortable to have a dream about. But, yeah. What's your view on Dragon Ball Super, for the first season at least, being a remake of Battle of Gods? Well, we don't know if that's 100% or not, so I don't think. Has that even been confirmed? Not to my knowledge. Same question we just got asked. We answered this one earlier. Is there any movies you have fan theories about? We already answered this. What 5 things do you want to see in Dragon Ball Super? More character development for side characters. Side characters getting action. I want to see Fusion make a comeback. I want to see an awesome new villain, of course. And, you know, we gotta have some good comedy from Dragon Ball come back. You know, regular Dragon Ball. I'd like to see those. What is the best way to get Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z anime or manga? I mean, it's not that hard. Just gotta look at it, man. I mean, it's pretty, you know, attention-grabbing stuff. So, yeah. Do you think humans will be relevant again in terms of power in Dragon Ball Super? Not a chance. They won't even be close to the same. It's just not possible. What if Baby took over Goku? The war will be screwed. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's no way anyone could have beaten him. Okay. Lord Slug versus Bardock. Lord Slug? I don't even think it's close, to be honest. Goku for president? Well, we'd probably go into bankruptcy, but yeah, I mean, can't be much worse than Bush. Would a eyeball on a snail be a good pet? Sure, I don't know exactly what that's asking, but yeah, sure. How are you finding Dragon Ball Multiverse? Haven't read it in a while, but I do want to do a Dragon Ball Multiverse discussion video in the future. I'm not going to say what it is, guys, but it does have something to do with Gas Korloff and Namekian Fusion. I have something planned for that in the future that I want to talk about, so stay tuned for that. It may even be coming out this week. I'm not promising anything, though. How did Frieza get that strong in 4 months? The world may never know. Is the Ozaru a ripoff of King Kong? I mean, I'm sure it's directly inspired by it, so I mean, that's pretty evident. That's a question for Geekdom 101, though. I'm sure he'll watch this, so you guys can ask him that. He's very knowledgeable about the ins and outs of the Dragon Ball, you know, universe, and a lot of the backstory and, you know, outside stuff that a lot of people don't touch upon. Is there any movies you have fan theories about? Already asked this. Get back to the cube. Get back in the cube. Your body's not ready to fight him again. Okay, that's kind of a statement, but yeah. Is there any movies you have a fan theory about? No. Already asked this one. This one was already asked. You guys re-ask a lot of questions. I mean, re-asking them does help you help me find them easier, I guess, but it does kind of get in the way of the Q&As. But that's fine. Just get through these. We already answered all these ones right here. Morning, old chum. Well, good morning to you. I mean, it's almost 6 p.m., but yeah, it's pretty much the evening at this point. Superboy. Corner Kent versus Saiyan Saga Gohan. I mean, I don't really read comics, so I can't answer this, really. Blue Bladey from the Simpsons movie versus Kid Goku in episode 1 of Dragon Ball. I mean, Kid Goku, hands down, it's not even close. A man walks. Well, alright. Raisins. Well, raisins are good. I really do enjoy raisins. I haven't had them in a while. But I do greatly enjoy raisins quite a bit, yes. I'm not sick, but I'm not well. Well, I feel awful right now. But, you know, I'm glad your sickness isn't too bad. Tell you, man, this time of year, allergies really hit me hard, but still gotta get this Q&A done for you guys, so power through it. Yes or no? No. Is it dark outside? No, it's actually pretty bright out. I mean, like I said, it's only 6 o'clock almost, so. Smiley face and open mouth face. Don't want to know what those two mean together. If you really have a copy of Xenoverse, you'll be able to tell me what the barcode is, won't you? Yeah, I have Xenoverse on digital though, not disc. So, I mean, I play it in my video, so obviously I have the game. Have you ever seen a suspicious spy go inside of a suspicious pie? Yes, on multiple occasions actually. I mean, hasn't everyone seen that at least once in their life? When you pay, can it be in candy? I can't read this. I got to have mine fixed, I guess. Well, I don't really eat candy anymore. I mean, candy's killer for you, but I mean, I don't eat that well anyway, so who am I to talk? So I don't have any candy to pay you with, sorry. Who is the old lover who used to give you candy back in the 1930s? That's right, we all know your real age nation, or should I say Gilgamesh. Only joking. Well, I'm 19, so I wasn't born in 1930s, but you know, it's all fine and dandy, I guess. But yeah, I'll read this question and end it off here, guys. You know, I know I sound really terrible today. I'm, you know, sick and all that stuff, but I'm trying to get through this. And it's really hot in my room when I turn off the fan. I don't even have an air conditioner, so I'm kind of sweating. I'm sweating in all sorts of different places, but you guys don't need to hear about that. Your thoughts on Digimon Adventure, the first season? I find it better than Pokemon in every way. Not as good as Dragon Ball, but it was a good, fun show back in the day. What do you think? Never watched it. I saw some of the Digimon movies. That was it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much been it for the Q&A today. I mean, I know it was kind of a, I guess you could say, awkward one, but I didn't want to skip a day for you guys. I know I like uploading every day. I really do like uploading every day for you guys, and I didn't want to miss a Q&A day, even though I'm sick. Probably sound a little off today, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this Q&A. Hopefully my sickness doesn't get passed down to you, even though it's just allergy, so it's not contagious, and you know, I'm probably hundreds of miles away from a lot of you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.